Hi everyone, I am Stephanie, the founder of Maison, where we create luxury women's only retreats in beautiful corners of France. Welcome to the next episode of our little series, Baguettes Big Feelings, where we dig into a lot of the details behind Maison and help you understand the heart of why we do what we do. So this week I thought it would be really fun to dig into a little bit of my dog has decided to join us. So let's see, Ozzy. That's Ozzy. We'll dig into a little bit of the why and the how, kind of the intention behind how I get to where we are. So for me, all of the things that I decide, so the pacing, the home, the food, all of those things are done because I have a really deep understanding of why my guests choose to travel with me to begin with. So a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, are struggling with feeling really overwhelmed. We've got a million things on our plates. We are responsible and caring for so many people every day, and we really need a space where they can come and sit that down. So Maison de Mise retreats are designed with that in mind, and our pacing reflects that. So that understanding of my guests helps me build the itineraries and the little details of the day-to-day for our trips. So I get a lot of questions about why France or why Provence or those sorts of things. So we in 2025 have chosen to focus specifically on the Provence region in France. But I specifically chose France. We talked a little bit about this in our last episode because I fell in love with France and the culture. And I also chose Provence this year because I think that there are wonderful little corners of this region that people have heard about and I think want to travel to, but it can feel a little bit intimidating getting there. Paris is, I think, pretty approachable for people. You can fly directly there. There's tons of great local transportation, but some of the more rural areas of the country are a little bit difficult to navigate on your own. So with that in mind, I wanted to choose some spaces where I could be the guide for people to help them explore these more authentic corners of France in a way that felt very comfortable for them. So a large part of that is choosing the home. So now I've picked the region and selecting the property. So I look at so many homes. So I tour a lot of them. I am constantly digging through reviews and pictures and making sure that our home checks a lot of the boxes for me. So my retreats are pretty small. We keep them pretty intimate. They're usually 10 to 14 people. I am on all of those retreats. And so because of that, I need a space that will comfortably house all of those people, but also not so big that it feels like you can kind of rattle around in this huge home and not have the opportunity to spend time with other people. So there are usually 5 to 6 bedrooms, depending on the size of the retreat. There are always really wonderful communal areas, so little couches or nooks, great patios if we're going somewhere in the warmer weather where we can sit outside and enjoy each other's company. And then I always make sure we have a really great kitchen because food is the other part of our retreats that are really important to me. I love French food. I love trying all sorts of new foods and have really prioritized the experience of food on my retreats. So food is really important to people in France, and their love and passion for the craft of food is just evident in everything that they do. So another really big bonus with choosing these smaller little villages in France is that you are able to find these artisan producers, small batch vineyards. We have cheesemakers, local artisans who specialize in creating these really niche craft items. And they are so thrilled to share those with us, and we get to experience them in a really personal way. And I think just their joy and passion for the work that they do and the things that they're creating make such memorable experiences for my guests. So I plan all of the activities. We get to know some local vendors. We explore markets. We take our time strolling through. But the most important detail that I think I want to call out today is the pacing of my trips. So yes, we check a lot of the boxes of things that I think people want to see and experience when they come to France. But the most important detail for me is the pace of my trips. So for me, I am not a morning person. I am more of a night owl, and all those night shifts as a nurse, I think really did those for a reason. But because of that, when I'm on vacation, I want a slow start. I want to ease into my day. I want to have a cup of coffee. I want to, have fun things planned for the day, but I don't want to hit the ground running every single day. I do have other guests who really love to hit the ground running every day. And so for them, there's space for them to get up early, to go for a run, to, wander into the village on their own in the morning if that's what they're interested in, and then come back and have breakfast at the property. So there's customizable time built in throughout the day for you to do what makes you happy. Then I only choose one major activity per day, and that is very, very intentional. So if we're learning a new skill, or, like our cocktail making class, or we're doing a big tour, exploring some local villages or meeting some local producers, we do one of those big things a day. Because I think that gives us enough space on either side, right? If we're really enjoying ourselves at this winery, and it's amazing, and the wine is great, and we're having these phenomenal conversations and just really loving that moment, I'm watching for those things and saying, all right, we're gonna skip the next thing because we're loving this right now, and we're gonna just enjoy this moment here. Or like, hey, we've done this, we feel like maybe we're ready to move on to the next thing, then we'll move us along, right? And I have these relationships with our drivers and with our guides that we're able to kind of customize those throughout the day as we go, based on what we're experiencing and what we're enjoying in that particular moment. I have had guests before say to me, like, what are we gonna do today? I want something this afternoon, I want something in the morning, I want something all hours of the day planned every single day. And my response to them is, that is not what we do. And if that is what you're looking for, this incredibly dense, packed itinerary, then this is not going to be an experience for you. I think the beauty of traveling, it comes when you are open to the idea of unplanned magic. So you go to a vineyard and it's closed because the owners are on vacation, and your guide knows this family and they've invited us onto their property, and you're exploring this tasting room, and there are wildflowers blooming behind there, and there's a cat that's running around, and it's quiet and it's beautiful, and the wine is delicious, and you're having a great time. That's not something that I planned for that. I didn't know that those things were going to happen. That setting was going to be so perfect, but it was. So we leaned into that, and we had an amazing afternoon with that group. So making sure that we're creating space for those types of magic moments to happen organically is really important. And you can't do that if you are jumping from activity to activity and kind of checking all of the boxes. I also think it gives us an opportunity to connect with the culture and the people that live in that region if you are slowing down to really hear their stories. So those are the things that I think make my trips super magical, and the things that I absolutely love about the time that I spend in these areas and what I look forward to when I am traveling. So I wanted to make sure that those elements really came through in our retreats. So where does that leave us? If you're craving something bigger than just a vacation, if you have ever really wanted to reconnect with yourself, to meet other women and connect with them, then that's what we're building here at Maison de Me, and this is the space for you. So we do have one more trip to Provence this year. We're going to be going in November, and this is our book lovers retreat. So this is for anybody who my book lovers out there, if you are looking for a space to come and just kind of be in a cozy home. And we're going to be exploring a really charming town in the Provence region, visiting a lot of local bookshops, lots of quiet time for you to catch up on that TBR in between, eating amazing food prepared by our super talented chef Jonathan. We'll try some fun new things that maybe you've never had before, or drink some great wine, and there will be lots of free space for those magical moments to come through yet again. And then in 2026, things are going to get super exciting. So we are going to be heading to new corners of France. So it might be Normandy, we might be heading to the Loire Valley. Not really sure, still in the process of planning, still finalizing. But our Maison Demi newsletter and members will hear about that first. So once those go live, we'll be rolling those out so that you can start making plans for 2026. If you're interested in hearing about those first, make sure you just go to our website, which is maisondemi.com. And the link is also down in the description here. Go check it out and join our waitlist for 2026. And I will send out emails to those members first so that they get first dibs on those rooms. Our solo sleeper spaces go really quickly. So if you are, there's some rooms that you share, and then some rooms that you can get on your own. So want to make sure everybody has a chance to look into those if you're interested. All right, so we have a couple of spots left in Provence, as I said, this fall. Please join us in Ile-sur-le-Sorge and get on our wait list to be the first to hear about the fun, exciting adventures we go on in 2026. So if you love this episode, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe to Baguettes and Big Feelings. Thank you so much for being here and giving me a space to share this information and to invite you all into the world of Maison Demi and to share my joy and passion with you. So have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.